Hi everyone, it's Ardith, and today is the Pretty Pink Posh March release blog hop. This release is filled with gorgeous new stamps, dies, and embellishments. There's truly something for everyone. Details of the blog hop are on my blog, and the link is in the description below. I made a square card using the new Spring Wreath set, but I used partial stamping to get a different look. I started by marking the center of each edge of my square panel with a pencil, using the grid lines on my work surface to measure. These pencil lines help me line up the wreath on the square so that I know that I can turn the panel and not get any overlapping stamping. I lined it up on my MISTI and I used Copic friendly ink to stamp it 4 times. Next, I used several of the smaller single flower stamps to fill in the panel so that the whole thing was covered. Before moving on to the coloring, I erased the pencil lines. This is important because once the Copic colors are down, that pencil will get trapped underneath and be visible. Next, I grabbed a rainbow of Copic markers, 2 shades of each color. Using 2 shades is a great way to do some quick coloring, but still get a bit of dimension. When the spaces are this small and there's so many of them, you could spend forever coloring a small panel like this. And of course that's okay if that's what you want to do. But I wanted something a little quicker. I started with the leaves and I got all the green and aqua down before moving on to the flowers. Another way that I kept this quick was to color each of the 4 images the same color. This gave the panel a symmetrical look, which I like, but I could have colored everything individually, if you know what I mean, taken a bit more time and gotten a more random look. Isn't it refreshing to see this pretty spring garden coming to life? We're still covered in snow here in Toronto, but I'm starting to believe that it may actually come to an end. You'll see in the finished panel that I couldn't resist adding a bit more shading to the yellow tulips, so they all actually have 3 colors on them. The next step was to cut a white frame using the Scallop Squares dies, and then I used the same die to cut my spring garden panel so that I could inlay it and it would be flat. I glued both pieces onto a 4 1/4 by 4 1/4 oyster card base. For my sentiment, I used the fishtail tag from the Stitch Labels 1 and the spring greeting sentiment that's in the Spring Wreath set. I stamped it in black using my MISTI, and then I trimmed it and popped it up on the card. To finish the card, I added some of the new Friendship Mix sequins. They're iridescent and they flash different colors as you move the card in the light. Now be sure and go to my blog so that you can hop and comment for your chance to win. Thanks so much for watching. See you next time.